Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how I build a new cargo box for my Bullitt cargo bike, and I will also include some dimensions and CAD files which will help you get started much quicker if you are thinking of building your own box from scratch. This is the first box I built, and it has been in use now for a little bit over 1 year, and you can see that it's a bit beaten up but still fully intact and not broken anywhere, even though the paint has weared off and stuff like that. This box is made out of 6.5 millimeter thick birch plywood, and what I did, I also reinforced all corners and the upper side here with aluminum profile. The new box I'm going to make will be a bit more simple in design. It won't be chamfered like this, it will have straight sides. That will make it easier to build seats inside the box and also make some sort of arrangements for having a rain cover installed later. But I will still go with 6 millimeter plywood and use wooden reinforcements in select places. I have a small sort of hobby level CNC router, which is quite helpful in a lot of things, and I'm using it in part also to fabricate this box for the Bullitt. The table on this router is not big enough. It doesn't allow me to make all the parts just in one piece. So what I'm doing is I'm doing templates for the sides and the back panel, and probably later on also the bottom of the box. The front of the box I think I'll be able to cut out directly here in the machine. But I'm doing templates in small pieces which will be combined later, and then I'm going to use a router to cut out the final panels from 6 millimeter plywood sheet. Here you can see the side panel template being fabricated, so it's cut out in 3 pieces. My table size is 30 times 80 centimeters, so I cannot cut out this panel in one piece. But instead I made it in 3 pieces, and now I'm about to connect these 3 pieces. I'm just going to glue here and put a slice of plywood sheet on top of that and glue them together, fasten them with a staple gun, and then the template is ready to be used to cut out the final side panel for the Bullitt box. Okay, so I've got my templates ready. I glued them and fastened them to each other with those plywood strips. There, the glue is still a bit wet, and I'm just laying them out here to see what would be the smartest and most effective way to use this sheet of plywood. I think I'm going to begin like this. Of course I need 2 of those side panels, only 1 of the rear panel, but it looks like this would be a quite effective way to start at least. And yeah, I'll cut out roughly the shape of these panels now, and then I will route them with my router to the exact shape. So I cut out the sort of rough pieces out of the plywood sheet, and now I'm attaching double-sided tape onto my template, and the templates are now going onto the roughly cut sheets and then into the router. Here we can see the router bit I'm going to use to cut out the finished panels. It has a small bearing up here, This bearing is going to follow the template, and then the actual bit down here is going to cut out the panels according to the templates. So this is a quite handy way to make identical copies using a template. So here's the first finished side panel, and what I learned from this is that I should use a bit less double-sided tape. It was quite a work to get the tape off, and I will probably have to do a bit of sanding still to get all the glue residue off as well. But the finish of the cut, you can see, is very good with this bit. It's a good quality bit. There's like no imperfections here on either side, so that's a good thing. This is difficult to achieve with a saw of any kind when cutting plywood, but with the router bit it works really well. Okay, here are the majority of the parts for the box are cut out. You can see here's the side panel. It has these kind of reinforcements. I'm going to fasten there along the sides. These are the reinforcements for the other side panel. This is the front panel. Sort of goes with the same theme. And then let's see, here is the rear panel. It has a bit more complicated reinforcements. It's going to be fastened through holes here, and then I made it a little thicker just to make it easier to fasten the panels, the side panels here from the side. And there in the box are my new staples. I didn't have short enough staples, but now I do. They arrived in the mail today, and now it's time to start putting the box all together. And what's missing basically is the bottom of the box, but I'm going to put the sides and the back panel and the front panel together first, and then do the bottom when all this is done. So there's the box with the sides, front and rear panels put together, and it's just a dry fit so far, no glue, but I will later take it apart again and glue everything together. Now what I need to do is to get a floor panel for the box, and I'm really considering going to a local wood shop and have them cut it out for me if they are willing to do that. If I can't do that, I need to again make a sort of jig for the bottom and then use my router table to route it, but that will take several hours before I'm there, so I would just get it done much sooner if I can have the lumber yard do it for me. I made a drill jig to make it easier for me to drill straight in. This is just 10 millimeters wide, so but with the help of this drilling jig it was pretty easy to drill exactly where I wanted. Also, one little tip if you are doing something similar, this is the countersink bit you are going to want to use. if you're countersinking. Let's see if it can focus there on the tip. It's a one flute bit, and I've used this for plastic, for aluminum, and now also for wood, and it produces a very beautiful finish. Whoa, it's been a long day, but here I am finally with I hope working seat design. My first idea was to make a frame similar to this on both sides, and then have a cloth tensioned here between those two, and then just staple to the sides, but that just didn't work out. I'm not very good with handling cloth or sewing or anything like that, but woodwork works better, so I think this is the seat design I'm going to go with. I managed to make one, and now I'm running out of plywood to make the second one, but the idea is that there will be 2 of these, and they can be used as needed. We are soon going for a bike tour with the whole family, and I will have my youngest kid here, my son Benjamin, will be sitting there, and then the other side will be used for carrying other stuff we need there on the trip. But this is the new cargo box. This is what it looks like, and I'm going to use some oil meant for patios. It's black, and I'm going to apply that to all wooden parts here. And I will use the same method I did on the old box. Just a thin sheet of plastic will be stapled to the front to prevent any stuff from falling out. So this is the finished box basically. I might do one more clip when I have it all oiled up in black, but I'm not sure. We will see. So there's the seat all oiled up. It's black, and it shows the wood sort of shines through, and I've now sanded the box, and I'm going to oil the box as well. As always, the spots where there are a bit of glue left don't suck the whatever finish you are using, so that's a good thing to pay attention to do a proper sanding, which I didn't do to the seat, but I tried to do better there on the box itself. So on to finishing the box with oil. There it is, all oiled up. Very nice, easy to use. This is called terrassiöljy, meaning patio oil, and I applied it with a sponge, and I expect it to once it dries out to be a really even finish, but it leaves the wood, shines through, it just sucks into the wood. It doesn't make a sort of surface finish, but should prevent water from entering the wood. So next up will be a test fit on the bike once the box and seat dries out overnight, hopefully. It's water based, the oil, so it should dry a bit quicker than other oils, I think. But let's hope it will be a good nice fit. I wasn't really satisfied with the look after yesterday's oil treatment, so I gave it one more treatment, and now the color looks much better, I think, more even and of course darker, and I hope it will look as nice once it dries out. It should be a sunny day, so I hope this will dry out pretty quickly, and in the afternoon I think I'm ready to do a test fit on the bike and see what it looks like there. So there it is, the finished box, and as you can see I also sewed a cover for the box, so if I carry things in here and it's raining, they won't get wet. That's what I have there now, not much to see, but the color did improve. It got much more darker, more even, and it now looks the way I was hoping it would. So hopefully this will be a nice box for our upcoming bike tour of the Åland Islands between Finland and Sweden. I will post links to drawings of the box, so if you're interested in a similar box, these drawings will make it easier for you to get started. You don't need to do all the measurements and stuff on your own, but you can start with the drawings and then modify them as you wish or seem fit for your own needs. Yeah, hopefully this was helpful to anyone planning their own Bullitt cargo box build.